Welcome to today's Explainer. We are diving straight into a topic that has sparked literally millions of debates, countless viral trends, and let's be honest, a whole lot of parental exhaustion. We're demystifying gentle parenting, focusing on boundaries, brains, and balance. And I want to point out right up front that we are pulling this absolutely vital framework directly from the comprehensive research provided by Gifted Children South Africa. They've done just an incredible job synthesizing decades of developmental psychology into real practical advice. And we're going to break it all down for you right now. Okay, let's start by addressing the massive elephant in the room. If you spent any time online at all, you've definitely seen the viral social media distortions. You know exactly the ones I'm talking about, where a child is turning a grocery store aisle completely upside down and the parent is just quietly whispering, "I see you're upset," offering absolutely zero intervention. It really begs the question, does gentle parenting just mean no rules? Does it mean letting kids completely run the house? Well, the short answer is an emphatic no. But to understand why, we've got to look closely at where this philosophy actually comes from. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our agenda for today, which you can honestly treat like a practical survival guide for modern, exhausted parents. We'll start with the gentle parenting misconception, move into defining true gentle parenting, explore why kids need firm boundaries, break down how to set boundaries gently, and finally, look at resources for gifted children. Let's get right to it.
Section 1. The gentle parenting misconception.
So why the confusion? Well, first off, we have that social media distortion I mentioned. 60-second clips often show extreme permissiveness or just poorly executed examples that wrongly get labeled as gentle parenting. Second, it's a stark contrast to the traditional, authoritarian because I said so, or fear-based styles that a lot of us actually grew up with. Any shift toward empathy can suddenly look like weakness to some. Third, implementation is genuinely hard. Without a solid support system, parents face intense burnout. Fourth, we tend to take phrases like all feelings are valid way out of context, assuming it means all behaviors are valid, which, spoiler alert, they aren't. And finally, there's just cultural pushback against prioritizing children's emotions. All of this basically twists genuine empathy into what looks like a total lack of boundaries. Now, what's really interesting here is how clearly we can see the difference when we compare them directly. True gentle parenting involves high warmth, yes, absolutely, but equally firm limits. Discipline is focused heavily on teaching and natural consequences. On the flip side, permissive parenting involves that same high warmth, but it comes with low structure, very few boundaries, and a complete avoidance of any discomfort. Endless negotiation with a toddler just to avoid a meltdown? Yeah, that is a drift into permissiveness. It is not true gentle parenting. Parents are absolutely still meant to be the leaders in the home.
Section 2. Defining true gentle parenting. What is it really?
To really ground this modern gentle parenting trend, we have to look back at decades of psychological research. The actual scientific equivalent of gentle parenting is authoritative parenting. It's characterized by high warmth and responsiveness completely combined with firm, consistent limits and structure. So it isn't some new age fad at all. It's literally one of the most well-researched, evidence-based approaches to raising humans that exists today. When we break down the 5 core elements, it paints a really clear picture. We've got empathy and validation, respect for the child as an individual, guidance and teaching, firm boundaries, and parental self-regulation. Notice what isn't there. Punishment. That's because in this framework, discipline means teaching and collaborative problem solving, rather than arbitrary punishment like spanking or shaming. The parent acts as a teacher, helping the child understand the why behind the rules, firmly but kindly. Section 3. Why kids need firm boundaries. The science of limits. Neuroscience actually tells us that children's brains are hardwired to seek predictability. Boundaries provide absolutely essential emotional and physical safety. Without them, children experience heightened stress because they constantly have to guess what is safe or what's expected of them. When a parent says, "We don't run into the street," or "I won't let you hit," they are creating a reliable framework. It signals to the child that the adults are in charge and looking after them, which fosters deep, secure attachment. So the crucial point is the long-term benefits of these firm boundaries are absolutely staggering. Setting limits strengthens the prefrontal cortex, which is the brain region responsible for decision-making and self-control. It builds what psychologists call effortful control, which is the ability to regulate your behavior despite your impulses. Long-term evidence, like the famous marshmallow test on delayed gratification, proves that navigating boundaries early actually predicts better academic performance, better health, higher self-esteem, and significantly lower rates of anxiety and depression later in life. Warm but firm boundaries literally wire the brain to create highly capable, resilient adults. Section 4. How to set boundaries gently.
a practical guide.
All right, here is your 6-step blueprint. Step 1, prepare in advance with a few realistic limits. Just don't overcomplicate it. Step 2, connect and validate the emotion. Step 3, state the boundary clearly and calmly. Step 4, offer alternatives or limited choices. Step 5, enforce with support and natural consequences. And Step 6, repair and debrief once everyone is calm. Now, the absolute secret sauce here is actually an unwritten step 0. Parents have to manage their own emotions first. Children co-regulate directly from our calm. If we escalate, they escalate. It's really that simple.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how the validate, limit, and alternative formula works in a relatable, everyday scenario. Validate, you're upset because you want more screen time. Limit, screen time is done for today. A firm, calm boundary. Alternative, let's choose a book or a puzzle. This script works absolute wonders because it completely acknowledges the child's reality while maintaining your leadership as the parent.
Let's see how this builds across some different real-world situations. We've got practical scripts here for the everyday heavy hitters. For hitting, the script is, I won't let you hit. The action, you physically but gently hold their hands to keep everyone safe. For a tantrum at the store, I know you want candy, but we can't buy it. The action, validate privately and hold that limit. For bedtime, sleep helps you grow. What do we do first? The action, offer limited choices. What is absolutely vital here is to remember that endless talking during a public meltdown can actually escalate the dysregulation. Keep it brief, validate the feeling, and contain the behavior.
Section 5, Resources for Gifted Children. Tailoring the approach.
Now, tailoring this for neurodiverse, highly sensitive, or gifted kids means acknowledging their intense logic and advanced reasoning. Because gifted children experience emotions and logic so intensely, they can easily talk you into circles, or they might suffer from existential dread over totally simple rules. They actually need boundaries even more to prevent emotional overwhelm. You can use visual supports or gain intellectual buy-in by really explaining the complex why behind a rule. When they push back, channel their clever arguments right into collaborative problem solving. Say something like, I hear your logical argument, it's very clever, but the rule still stands because of safety. Let's solve this together after. Navigating all of this day in and day out can be incredibly taxing, which is exactly why having the right support system is non-negotiable. I highly encourage you to go visit giftedchildrensouthafrica.org. You can download a huge wealth of free resources, connect with their social media communities, and find links to their own excellent podcasts. Leaning on community and evidence-based resources like the ones Gifted Children South Africa provides is honestly the absolute best way to prevent parenting burnout and keep yourself grounded. I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. How will you balance warmth and leadership in your home today? Remember, gentle boundaries balance empathy with leadership. They communicate to your child, you're safe, your feelings matter, and I'm guiding you because I care. Boundaries are a profound act of love. You're not going to get it right every single time, and that is perfectly okay. Imperfect progress, repair, and just trying again tomorrow is simply part of the beautiful journey of raising humans. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I can't wait to explore our next topic with you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.